Well, here's a video I never thought I'd make. Grossi Posse Packer Nation. Welcome to an episode of Packast, a podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom. What the actual F? Why do I gotta make this video? Aaron Rodgers, he's never leaving! He's never leaving! Grossi. And, yeah, we gotta talk about it, because it's a possibility. And it's a possibility that makes me big sad. Will the Green Bay Packers trade Aaron Rodgers? Oh, God. It's just right in the fracking heart. Okay, so obviously the Green Bay Packers drafted Jordan Love in the first round, trading up to go get him, which then fueled a ton of speculation of Aaron Rodgers is so mad and he's going to treat Jordan Love like crap, and not any of that is founded by anything. But then that question became, is Aaron Rodgers no longer going to be on the team? Because, I mean, we still have him under contract for 4 years, and we just drafted a new quarterback in the first round. What's he going to do? Sit for 4 years? Probably not. So let's take a look at Aaron Rodgers' contract to potentially shed some light here. So he is signed through the 2023 season, so that means he will be an unrestricted free agent in 2024 when he is 40 years old. So right now, he is under contract. We got him for a few more seasons. He has already expressed that he wants to play well into his 40s. Whether that is actually going to come to fruition or not, nobody knows, but look at Tom Brady. He never goes away. Now, with his contract, we do have an out in 2022. If we were to take that out, that would be $17.2 million in dead cap, which is a lot of money. But if the Packers decided to go that route, they could. Now, let's look at it this way. So people were asking, like, are we going to trade him right now to the Patriots, which is just a stupid question. If we got rid of him right now, it would be $51 million in dead cap. If we did it next season, it'd be $31.5 million in dead cap. So here's the bright spot out of this entire video. Aaron Rodgers is going to be the starting quarterback and be on the Green Bay Packers this year and next year. After that, I don't know. After that, things get a little bit hairy. Because after that, if it's actually after the 2022, so if he plays the 2022 season, then it would only be $2.8 million in dead cap. So we could potentially get out of it, in 3 years, but that still makes me very sad. So let's answer the question that the video's title brought up. With drafting Jordan Love, obviously the Packers think that he's going to be the next franchise quarterback. Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 years behind Brett Favre. 3 years. It obviously did him a whole lot of good because it helped him turn into the Hall of Fame quarterback that he is today. Will the Green Bay Packers have that much patience with Jordan Love? One of the positives of getting Jordan Love in the first round is that we have him for 5 years, right? We have the 5th-year option. We got him for 5 years. So theoretically, we could play out Aaron Rodgers' contract for 4 years, and Love sits for 4 years. By that time, he'll be 25 years old, and then he'll start his first game as a Packer. I mean, that could happen, right? That could. Rodgers could still finish, right? Please? So here's what I think is the most likely scenario. Of course, all of this depends on how Jordan Love develops. I said it in the earlier video that hopefully we don't see him get a lot of playing time, because if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, but someone brought up, hopefully we see a lot of playing time from Jordan Love because we're just blowing out teams, which I like that answer. If Jordan Love doesn't develop by the time that we have an out for Aaron Rodgers' contract, then this is a moot point because then it's just not going to happen. But I think that drafting Jordan Love has most definitely put a timer on Aaron Rodgers' tenure with the Green Bay Packers. If you were to ask me what I think the most likely situation is, I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to be the starter for the Green Bay Packers for the next 2 years, and then after that, it's anybody's ball game. I think the more likely option is if we don't take the out in 2022, we let him play the 2022 season, then we could potentially trade him, and it would only be $2.8 million in dead cap. We could probably get a bunch of draft picks for it. But with this pick of Jordan Love, if he develops the way that LaFleur and Gutekunst envisions him to, then I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to finish out his contract with Green Bay. That's just my opinion. Because for Love to sit for 4 years and then start on the last year of his contract, I don't know if that's going to happen. As I've said multiple times, Jordan Love does need to sit. He needs to develop, and this is a perfect situation for him because he's most likely not going to get starting reps, barring injury or preseason or blowouts. Now, of course, the question becomes, okay, if Aaron Rodgers is traded, who the hell do we trade him to? I mean, I'm just saying, I don't want to even put it out there, but after the 2022 season, Kirk Cousins is an unrestricted free agent, but we wouldn't trade it to him because we wouldn't trade him to a divisional rival. So what would most likely happen is he would go to a random team for like 1 year, like the Jets or something. And then after that, I've heard this story before. Here's how I'm going to look at this because there's no other way I can look at it without causing a panic attack. Sorry, Harold. I know that I at least have 2 full years of watching Aaron frickin' Rodgers as my starter. And so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cherish every single second watching that man take the field. I hope that something works out in which Aaron Rodgers somehow stays the length of his contract, and then Jordan Love just takes the baton from him and goes, "You can rest now. I love you 3,000," and beats the crap out of the division for the next 15 years. I want Aaron Rodgers to retire as a Packer. I don't want him to play for another team. I don't want a Brett Favre incident all over again. He has talked about how legacy is very important to him. I mean, there's also potential that Aaron Rodgers just beats out Jordan Love for 4 years, and every single time Jordan Love is just like, "Dad, can I have some time under center?" He's like, "No!" Or he hires a hitman. I'm sure he watched Tiger King. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. You can always find me at TomGrossiComedy.com or at TomGrossiComedy on all social media. See down below. Check out Packast on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, and of course YouTube. And a big shout and thank you to all the Patreon members over at patreon.com/TomGrossiComedy. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go. I love you, Aaron.